everybody.
Woohoo!
Well, this is a bit new for us. Hey. Tandles is here.
Hello.
No,
Hi,
you
everyone.
can't. They can't see you yet. But you might have to sneak your head in. Go on. There it is. There you go.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Well, this is a new format that we're trying. You know, like I think that we've got to change things up. I think, Tandles.
Yes,
and
we do.
I
Yeah.
think that the amazing Susannah. We talked about this the other night after the gig. We got together and we started talking about Susannah's life. And so, therefore, we decided we'd talk a little bit more about it tonight.
Yes, okay.
Are you up for it?
I am up for it.
Should we just cheers to that?
Should we? Yeah. I'm cheers to being brave and digging in.
That's right. How's it looking there, Tandle? Do we have...
Oh, we're joined here by Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy's here,
yes,
yeah.
he's going to be here.
Here's the
So
mascot.
we've
Monkey
got
Boy.
39 people so
Woohoo!
far on, and I'm sure people will be joining shortly. And so hi to everyone that's joined in.
Yeah, thank you very
Awesome.
much, everybody. Look, you know, as you may have seen on my promo, that there are a lot of musicians in this world, especially in Sydney, that we work with. That
Oh, no sound. Okay, let's see.
no sound.
That's okay. Let's check.
Is that? Let me just check that.
Someone's saying that.
Is that everybody's getting no sound? I'll just check here because I can.
Is everyone getting sound?
Yeah, no, we've got sound.
All right,
We've got
good.
sound. Okay. Got to be careful. One person sticks one thing up, and then we all kind of fall apart. Remember, you ran in here one day and
Yeah,
said,
I know. I did. I
Oh,
said,
no.
stop.
"Yeah,
We can't hear you.
somebody's phone wasn't working."
Yeah.
So
Okay,
you know,
Sam, thanks.
the reason for tonight is that we've got
Thank you.
an amazing bunch of performers and singers in Sydney, at least, that have never really made the status of, say, Jessica Malboy or Jimmy Barnes or any one of those performers that are still amazing performers in their own right. But, you know, we've got people that are just incredible. And it's really interesting. Whenever I do a gig, I get people come up to me and say, why isn't that person famous?
Yeah, wow.
You know, it's because the way that like you and Virginia and Peter Millwood and all those guys, the way they perform is outstanding as far as I can see. And that's why when I grab them, I go, you got to come and work with me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So all I can see myself is as a bit like a ringleader from a circus, you know. but having you like join us in our little clan for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
It's been incredible.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find out a little bit about you and where you came from and how you began and what your career is like and where the trajectory is going.
Yep.
So look, let me ask you, like, you were born in Sydney.
Yes.
Your folks are where your folks from?
We grew up where we grew up.
No,
or
where they originally from? What are their
Oh, wow.
nationalities?
So, Mum's Aussie.
Yep.
Mum's an Aussie, good old Aussie from Raymond Terrace,
Yeah.
from the farm in Raymond Terrace. And my dad moved from, it's very convoluted and hard to explain.
Yeah.
But his parents were Armenian and Assyrian, and he came here when he was 21.
Right.
About 21, yeah.
Right.
So
And so he met Mum, they married. And
Yep.
do you have siblings or anything?
2 brothers and a sister.
Are they musical?
None of them are. No, not really.
Not really. They're musical, but they're not musical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my brothers was in acting for a time. So actually, they all love music, but
Yeah.
no one's in the industry. No.
Well, it's a bit like me. My parents weren't musical. My mum could play the black notes on a piano, and that's about it.
Yeah, wow.
Tony and I started music together, and Tony's really gotten into it in the last year or couple of years.
Right.
And so he's back into it again, but he's gone off and done other things.
Yeah.
So apart from that, we have no musical background. You know, it's really
Yes.
interesting. But when you find something, I remember when I found it, and we'll ask you about that too. When I found it, I went, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I can play guitar. I was okay at school, but it wasn't really something that I really wanted to focus on. Whereas
Yeah.
guitar, I went, I can do this and I enjoy it. What was it like for you when
Yeah.
you found it?
How did it come
blossom?
about?
Yeah.
I was singing at home, I think, as a kid between ages of 9 and 10, and my mum said to me, hey, you know, it sounds like you've got a bit of a voice. Look, her mother and her aunties did a little bit of singing, nothing professional or anything. So I'm guessing that's where it came from.
Right. Did you want lessons? Is that something, or Mum just went?
Mum just said, "Would you be?" She asked me. She said, "Would you be interested?" It was never I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should do it. But yeah, she asked me, and I said, "Yeah." And I kind of for a few months, I sort of took a bit more of an interest, and then.
And did you go straight into what, opera?
Yeah, well, I had classical singing training. Yeah, from an English theatre star.
Right. Male.
Female.
Female, right.
Yeah, yeah.
And was she a good teacher?
She was a good teacher. She didn't want to take me on initially because she was she was pretty elderly, and she said for a 10-year-old, I would never teach someone that young. She was of the vintage where a 10-year-old girl is, you know, a little bit too young to be training for singing, which is so different today.
I think it's interesting, you know, like some of these events that happen in people's lives, like I know that if I was to go back and have a look at the teachers that I had, it was almost fortuitous that it was like almost auspicious that it happened that I got with these right people. Yeah. Tell me from there, you took lessons.
Yep, I had lessons with that teacher for, you know, a number of years, and then I moved on to another one because I was in my teens and I kind of wanted to move away from doing classical stuff. So I got into doing some modern pop music, and then that's sort of where my cabaret. That's when the cabaret stuff kind of came in, because I started doing talent quests in clubs in my teens, and that's how. Yeah.
So the cabaret thing, and we're talking about, what year are we talking about?
We're talking 15, 16, 17. Yeah.
What year?
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
Mid to late.
Yeah. Okay, so mid-90s, there was still such a thing as a cabaret with a band in the clubs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there would be, as people that don't know that, there were within lots of the clubs, there was a backing band that was a house band, and they would just have guests in each week, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
and
we'd
you would
bring
do
our
a
charts.
set. You bring your charts. You Dick. What's his name?
Dick Buchanan.
Dick Buchanan. What's the other guy?
Yeah, there was Barlow charts.
Barlow charts. That's right. And they were common things, you know, like, and occasionally I'd do them too, but I wasn't very good. I wasn't a great reader.
Right.
But you knew how you'd have a run for. You wouldn't really have a rehearsal. You'd have a run for at the back and say sign to sign, coda to coda. Yeah. You go through all that. Yeah.
Nothing to look out for here. It's
watch out for somebody would write, you know, do a pair of eyes with, you know, eyelashes going, watch out for this section here. Remember that in pencil.
Yeah,
Pencil's good.
Yes, exactly.
Pencil's good.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was, because that's an amazing time, because you're working on the fly.
Yes.
And sometimes those bands weren't really great, so you've got to kind of cover for them.
It was actually, thinking about that now, that's an excellent training ground, right? Because you're thrown in as a young girl who you know, who's orally trained. Yeah. I didn't necessarily have a lot of, I studied piano for three years, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So as a young vocalist, it's daunting to be thrown into that situation. But I think, you know, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I like feeling like I'm a little bit out of my depth, because that's when you have to dig in and be really good, and you know, you're nervous, but you push through, and you only get better through doing that stuff.
And I've seen that with you, and that's what happens is you may not be. Like, I know with our gigs, we don't have a lot of time to prepare.
Yeah.
But when you're on stage, it's bang.
You just got to go
into it.
there.
Yeah, and that comes from training from doing cabaret shows.
Yeah, right.
I think.
Yeah.
So all right, so you started playing in bands. Did you go overseas at some stage?
I did.
What was the purpose of that, and where'd you go?
I went. I was about 21, 22. It was my second time overseas. I had a big trip with a friend of mine, Kentucky tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Good old Kentucky.
Yeah, that was fun. We won't get into that though. But so then I went back overseas, and I had all these big hopes of you know, I took a demo with me, and I was hoping for something to happen. I thought I'd just walk into a record company and you know, they'd go, "Sure, we've been waiting for you."
Yeah. Did you have any meetings set up or anything, or did you just go over there?
I had one meeting set up.
Right.
And I went in blind. Yeah, and I went in blindly. Well, it was a friend of a friend that said, "Hey, I think it was BMG. This is in London," right. And you know, it was only a very, very
brief meeting.
Yeah. It was a hello. You know, this is what and
here's
it was covers anyway, right?
Yeah.
So
here's another girl, got a demo.
That's it.
On cassette.
No, it was CD.
Whoa.
It was CD. I know. Shut the gate.
She's got a CD. You should get a CD.
She's recorded 3 songs. Good for her.
Right. So that never really panned out.
No,
How long did
I was
you end up
there.
staying there?
I was there for a year, and I didn't know anyone. It was hard.
London's
it was
hard.
very hard. I found it really, really hard.
London's difficult and
Yeah.
cold. It's a third world country with running water, and that doesn't work very well,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. I did. I mean, I had some great experiences, but I did find it hard, and I found it lonely because I guess I was, I don't know, I put all this expectation on it, as I do with everything.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. However, I will tell you this, it did lead me to, I did a 6 weeks, I joined a duo with an Australian guy.
Over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went we went to Germany and Spain doing this duo. And then we got this 6-week stint singing nightly in a nightclub in Cairo,
Wow.
in Egypt,
In
which was
Cairo? Fantastic.
I know.
Wow.
I know, it was great.
That would have been
It
amazing.
was bizarre.
Well, see,
was
that's
bizarre.
another thing, like in your early years, I mean, I know that for me, doing residency gigs was
Yep.
incredible. You're doing 6 nights a week.
Yep.
You're really learning your craft,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yeah.
Not only are you learning your craft with music and performance and stamina, you're also learning about audiences.
Yes,
Hey,
exactly.
And different audiences.
Yeah. And look, they could all speak English because where I was playing was it was quite a wealthy, it was a wealthy part of the city, and it was a wealthy nightclub.
Right. Yeah.
So there wasn't so much a language barrier, but obviously it's a very different, culturally it's very
Oh,
very
Cairo.
different.
Yeah. Wow.
So it was a bit strange, I'm not going to lie, but it was a good experience.
What about musical influences back then? What were some of your big influences?
Okay, I can tell you growing up that I started out doing,
In Toonie,
yeah, man, in Toontown.
we just found out something together. We found out something that's quite amazing. We might share that with you a little bit later, but we have 6 degrees of separation.
Oh, man.
It's absolutely incredible,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it
You went
is.
to the same school as we'll
It
get
is.
into it later. We won't get
Yep.
into it now, but
Yep.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So
uncanny.
influences.
So look, I'll tell you, I started out singing, Connie Francis stuff,
Cabaret, for the
cabaret stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a little bit that was around my teens, but after doing the classical training stuff, Connie Francis, Judy Garland. My mum had quite a big influence on what I listened to, I will have
Right.
to say.
Was she, did she listen to a lot of stuff? She had the record player and all that sort of thing?
Yeah,
or-
she did.
Yeah.
She did. She's got Mum has a great ear.
Right.
She does have a very good ear. And she will always pick a hit. She always, better than me.
Right.
I think she thinks my taste is in my butt, to be honest, because she'll say she always has a very good, I don't know. She has a good
Just
sense
knows.
of what's a good song, and
So
she's
Connie
usually
Francis.
on. Connie Francis, Judy Garland. That's for the cabaret sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess because I grew up with 2 older brothers who were 6 and 7 years older than I took on some of their musical influences as well. Dire Straits, Phil Collins.
Right.
Right. I liked a lot of the pop stuff around at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Nothing. Then I got into Sheryl Crow. I guess in my early 20s, Sheryl Crow. I did
90s.
listen to Tina Arena.
Yeah.
She was a big. She's such an incredible singer that I always found that it was great to warm up to Tina Arena stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you, it's interesting because I used to go out with a girl named Kelly Abbey,
Yep.
who was doing Dancing Man at the Footbridge Theatre, and Tina was the guest singer every night.
Oh wow.
And I used to go and see her, and she was still tiny Tina. And I used to say to her, you were absolutely amazing.
wow.
As a result, I ended up touring with Rick Price, and Tina was the backup singer.
Oh,
in the 90s, we went to
wow.
America, and then we went to Lausanne in France. And so, Tina was
Yeah.
master.
There's one of gets thrown around a lot, but undoubtedly one of the best vocals, not just within Australia. I just think
Yeah,
overall,
Yeah.
she really is so impressive.
yeah. Some more influences.
Yeah, some more influences. Gosh, rocky kind of stuff. I did Divinals.
Ah, yeah.
Divinals, man, I love the baby animals
Yeah.
too. I do.
Because you've got that rock edge, haven't you?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you. And Virginia's much the same.
Yep.
Virginia has that cabaret and musical theatre thing.
Yep.
But also this rock edge.
Yeah,
And you've got
yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
So what else?
In terms of influences,
Yeah.
gosh, the Pretenders. I do love the Pretenders.
I reckon we should do a Pretenders song.
Awesome.
You up for it?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to use the new guitar that I bought,
Ooh,
which is the
That's a
Godin.
bit sexy.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a golden solid body. Who's here? Oh, there's lots of people.
There's lots of people here. We've got Tippy.
Jimmy's
and-
always here.
Yeah, we have Dave Burgess, Mirana, Lady Penelope, Kerry Kells,
Nice.
Jane Barnes, yeah, Sherilyn Bennett. Hi, Robin Popel. Hi, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Hey,
Black, hi.
everyone.
G'day, Greg.
Greg,
I'm going to
yes.
turn the reverb on, Tandy, so you might sound like you're in the toilet.
All right then, and Nigel.
Oh, g'day,
Nigel.
See you soon next
Nigel's a
week.
legend.
Oh, hi, Nigel.
Nigel's got a couple of questions.
Are you up for this?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Let's go.
Is this what I think it is? Let me inside you, into your room. I've heard it's lying with the things you don't show.
Oh, well, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
We just needed to get through that. I just needed to get that fart going.
Hey, dude.
You're awesome. That was so good.
Beautiful.
So-
Yes, yes. And yeah, I think Randy said that as well. Now,
Bit
there
hot.
was a comment here. Nom said, Warren Evans, he said the Pretenders show at the Vanguard was great, Susannah.
Oh,
Oh, so
thanks,
you were there.
Warren.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man. Thank you so
So-
much. I love doing that show.
You did that with Joseph.
I
didn't you?
did.
Joseph
Joseph
Calderazzo, he puts on amazing
Calderazzo.
shows.
He does. Yep.
Um,
Some awesome tribute shows and tributes to the 70s and so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
That was Pretenders.
Yeah. Yep.
So good to hear. I love, you know
Hopefully
what?
I've-
That's fine. That's good there. It's really amazing, you know, when you get with a great singer, you can connect straight away. Because that's what I love is that connection of me being able to create ups and downs with somebody, and I get that with you.
Yeah.
You know,
I know it's cool, dude.
You're awesome, man. I love it. All right, let's get back into this. So you played in a couple of bands.
Yep.
Can we show them which band?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look at this one. So tell me about this. Who was that?
Woohoo! That was Jelly Bean Jam, one
they're
of
famous. They've been doing
Sydney's
it-
premier cover bands. Man, they've been around, I think, 25 years.
Decades.
Yes.
They're amazing.
They are.
Continue to do it too. They're still
Yep.
going.
Yeah, it's still going. Absolutely.
they are.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What a great thing. you
Yeah.
know. And they do lots of corporates and stuff, don't they?
They do a stack of corporate stuff. I think predominantly corporate stuff, really, in the last sort of 5 to 10 years.
They have a really quality name for the corporate land,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, they've
So how long were you with them?
great product. I think about maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Regular.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was fun times. Actually, I had a lot of fun, actually. It was just fun.
Yeah, you knew the songs.
kinda-
You could roll up, you could sing them and
Yeah.
enjoy this and they were great
Yeah,
players.
yeah,
'Cause they always
exactly.
have great players in that band.
Yeah,
don't
yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yep,
Great party band.
Yeah,
It was a great party band, exactly, yeah.
So what about other bands? What else did you do?
What else have I done? I was in a band called Pajama Party, which was a cover band,
Which is kind of like
which was like Jelly Bean Jam. It's where I met my husband.
did you work with a drummer called Bruce Fraser? Was he in that band? Or was that, I'm trying to think of Pajama Party. Was it Darren?
I could have been. That could have been. Oh gosh, really,
Anyway,
really early. But
anyway,
yeah,
Pajama Party, you wear pajamas.
yeah. And man, I loved that.
Loose.
Yeah, you could just rock up to work in your PJs, and was a really good way to. I don't know, make the audience comfortable too. Not that we needed to. We used to play St Pat's Tavern till all hours of the morning. Kitty O'Shea's. It was great, and
Right.
Everyone was
Kitty
off their head.
O'Shea's.
It was
All those
fun.
Kids. Yeah, they're great. They're real party. They're real
Kitties.
party bands, aren't they? Real
Totally.
party stuff.
Totally.
And you know what's great about that is it's like your social event. You go out, you have a social occasion.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Though I was in bands. I did cover bands for a large part of my life, really.
Yeah.
For sort of mid-20s to mid-30s, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is about now.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, Pajama Party. I mean, Jellies. Gosh, I was in. I've done some tall pop syndrome stuff, which is, gosh, a lot of Sydney party bands, basically.
Yeah. It's interesting, like you say, like 20s to 30s and stuff. I was really lucky that I got all my touring stuff out of the way. So when I was about early 20s, I started touring with bands. And then by the time I was 35, I'd had enough of it. And that's when I was kind of focusing more on the studio stuff.
Right.
But I still, all throughout that time, I'd play in cover bands. And I say to any musician, play in cover bands.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things to do to learn how to become a great musician.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because you're singing different styles.
Yep.
You learn different songs, different techniques.
Yeah.
And then for a guitar player, learning different sounds and how to get those sounds. And then learning people's solos note for note.
Yeah.
I don't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I just kind of learn I learn the ideas and then I create my own way from it.
Yeah, right.
Because that's what I desire to do.
Yeah.
But I see the song as a format and I can screw around with it as much.
Yeah.
But when you're in a cover band, it's one of the best forms of learning.
Yeah.
Right?
And because I mean there was a fair amount of work around then as well.
Oh yeah.
So I
just
worked
corporate.
a lot.
Yeah.
It was a good mix of corporate and pubs, and it was a good time. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't the 80s
Yeah.
like I've heard about the
80s,
great old
70s,
80s, but
70s was wild. I was in the 70s, man.
Wow.
I got fun, but I'm a little older than you. Not much.
not from Toon Gabby though.
That's right. Not Toonie. Although Toonie's got the best Indian food, man.
Oh, does it?
Oh, Robbie brings back some Indian food. Oh, it's the best. Unbelievable.
Oh,
you know, you have
wow.
Indian food here.
Yeah.
This stuff's bright red.
Oh wow!
And it's
like true authentic.
True authentic
It
stuff.
used to be Chinese when I was
Right.
growing up. We used to have a great Chinese restaurant there.
Right.
It was
No,
awesome.
Toonie's Indian. Like every second
Wow.
shop's an Indian takeaway.
Yeah, wow.
Now, you also did some other things. Like your career has been kind of vast and diverse.
Yep.
How did you get the gig in the chopper?
Wow. How'd I get the gig in the chopper?
Can I
this
play
is a
it
good
first?
one.
Can I play it first?
Yeah. This is very early on. This is one of my very first reports, I've got to say.
Okay.
If it's the
Good morning, Susannah Mirana in the Air Asia traffic chopper. Got a truck breakdown for the M4 just at the James Roos Drive on-ramp, causing some city-bound problems. Elsewhere along the roads, we are seeing a slight build-up along Homebush Bay Drive. Out of Liberty Grove really starts to choke up across the main deck of the Ride Bridge. Got the Monday morning traffic blues. Escape with Air Asia. Fly KL to Penang from $10. Check out their blues-busting fares at airasia.com.
$10. $10.
$10.
Air Asia. Tell me about that. How did that come about? How long did you do it for?
Gosh, okay. I always wanted to get into voiceovers. And I thought I was listening to the radio one day and I thought I reckon I could do that. And I made up a traffic demo.
Just by yourself?
Yeah.
At home?
Yeah, I just had to listen to how they constructed a traffic report and made one up and sent it in. And I didn't hear anything immediately, so being the impatient person that I am, I thought, okay, I've waited 2 weeks, so I'm going to go straight to the top. So I resent the demo and to someone else within the company and got a call back pretty much straight away and went in for an interview, and then that was that. I started out as a casual and then became part-time, and then it just kind of flourished from there. That was around could have been 2012, I think. 2011, 2012 anyway. Yeah, did that on and off for 6 years. And what a great experience too, because, I didn't even know that, I honestly didn't even know that they did the helicopter reports. I just thought this is only going to be radio stuff, which was totally fine for me. Right. And then when I first rocked up, very early on, they said, oh, you probably do the helicopter stuff. And I said, oh, wow, okay, I didn't even know you guys did that.
Right.
And that...
They have to keep you up and everything?
Well, you... No, you don't have to wear anything specific except for the headset. You've just got the headset, which, it's very loud. It is pretty loud up there, which is why we all... we're all going to scream and we sound like so nasal because I don't know. Yeah, you don't have to yell, but it's because it's so loud.
And is it just you and the chopper guy? Just you and
It's
the pilot?
there are 3 seats, so there's it depends on what shift you're on. In the mornings, it's generally two reporters, so it'd be you're either in the front or the back,
Yeah.
and the pilot. But if you're doing if you were doing Channel 10, it's normally just.
Oh, okay.
you.
So one presenter will do a certain amount of TV shows on.
Yeah, so
and
someone-
then somebody also does the other.
Someone up the reporter up the front might be doing Channel 7, and the reporter
it.
up the back might be doing Channel 9.
And then you
so
swap? Or no,
yeah,
you
not
swap-
seats,
yeah,
but you
you
just
the
yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Wow, isn't that
Yeah,
amazing, huh?
yeah, it's a great experience. Yeah,
And how long would you
great
be
way to
up-
see Sydney too.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Man.
How long would you be up in the air for?
Well, in the mornings, probably say an hour and a half.
Yep.
Yeah, hour and a
Right.
half, and then you don't want to be up there too long necessarily. So yeah, about an hour and a half.
Well, you know Sean Pringle,
I do.
because he's a helicopter pilot.
I know.
And he's into it. He keeps asking me when I want to come. He's helped us out a lot with the Animals Asia and with the ACMF.
Oh,
so he's been really
wow.
good. So he keeps asking us to go up there.
You've got to
he
do
also
it.
has donated a prize. What was it, Tandy? Remember it was for Animals Asia. Was it? Oh no, it was the ACMF. He donated
Studio time,
a
was it?
flight. No,
No, it was a flight.
a flight up in a tour around
Oh,
Sydney Harbour.
wow.
So he's great. He's
Oh,
great with it.
man.
Helicopters.
Oh, and Nigel Lamb, he asked if you miss those days in the helicopter.
Do I miss them?
Do you miss them?
Do I miss them? I've kind of.
You've done
It was fun. But yeah, I kind of like to keep challenging myself and doing. I just like to keep growing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I did it. I did
Yeah.
it.
You like, you mentioned that you sent in a demo, you created your own demo, because this is what I do. It's the sort of thing that I do. I just go, and I wanted to talk about this, and we will a little bit later, but that some people get discovered and it may be on a whim. Bang, somebody sees them, somebody from record label sees them, bang, and then they're off.
Yeah.
Whereas people like you and myself, we will continue to work and work and work, and we'll try things.
Yeah.
And we'll change them up. And we even spoke at my birthday party about this, didn't we? We talked about, sometimes things don't achieve the level that you want them to achieve.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can get people down.
Yep.
Whereas I say, just do another thing.
Yeah. I know, gosh, that you have no idea how much that resonated with me. So Pete has these little. I don't even know if you think about. You probably don't. It's just conversational, but you just threw it out there, and it was something like, you've done that. So if it didn't pan out, so you move on.
Yeah, I
you
think
just. It's not that it didn't pan out. It's just you've done it, but don't pin all of your hopes on one thing.
I think that's wise, and I think that if you I think of this is my latest project, right? And I think that this might just wear out. I'll just do something else.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not like I want this one thing to work. And you think about all the shows that I've put on, they're in a box now.
Yeah.
I can pull them out at any time. And Ziggy will just come in and cry to me. Come in.
Rhett said that he spoke to you from when he was from Channel 10. He was one of the audio directors.
Oh,
there
no
you go.
way!
Yes.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Oh wow!
Question
Hey,
for
man.
Susannah from Jenny Robinson. What was it like to sing in front of all the other greats rock chicks at Pete's birthday gig?
Oh wow!
Good on you, Jen.
Wow, what was it? Well, look, they're all
amazing.
they're
aren't
all
they? Are.
incredible.
Yeah.
It was a great hang, actually.
Yeah, it was good. Hang.
And we'd done the Bass Monkey previously.
That's
a few
right.
weeks earlier.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. They're all the girls and everyone that was there. All of your friends are. It was great. It was
Yeah.
such a lot of fun. It was a really fun night. Yeah, I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it amongst the bevies. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
It's not as if they were up on stage, you're watching them, because
Yeah.
we were in a room and
That's it. Yeah, you, when you come into this studio part, it's you're
another
away
world.
from everyone, and
another
then you feel
world.
like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
So I've got a
well,
question.
I'm on. Here I am.
Got
Yeah.
a question from Joey Tesoriero. Hi, Joey.
Hi,
Joey.
And she
Hey.
said you have an outstanding voice
Aw.
with so much control when singing.
Thank you, Joey, and I don't practice it
Wow.
much.
Were you initially a classically trained singer?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Yes. For kind of to 10 to about 15, 16.
Yeah.
And then I kind of moved on. Classical's a great training ground
Do you do any of it
for
now?
vocals. I do. I warm up, but I don't necessarily do any.
Yeah.
The closest I get to classical singing would be maybe Celine Dion tribute
Yeah.
shows or something. That's about
Which is
the
something
big,
you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, I have
Absolutely
done. Yeah.
I want to play the audience something that I think where you sing outstandingly. This is a Meatloaf
wow.
song.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This is kind of like the cabaret theatre
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yep.
So let's have a look at that. And that is something. Yeah, you can do anything, man. That's what I love about you. Like that's why I love people like Virginia and Tina too. And all the girls that I work with, they just can do anything.
That's right.
You know-
Warren said he saw you in the Pink Floyd show because you did The Great Gig in the Sky.
Actually,
Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah, classical training helps with that. Actually, Virginia's probably done that song.
Virginia's done it. I did
yeah.
it for years too with Joseph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And Joya, she saw you in the Pink Floyd show.
So,
Oh,
so let me
wow.
ask you about. So musical theatre has been something that you've done, but it's
I only amateur.
right.
I tried many years to
Did you go
you know.
through the auditions and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
And what
I
went wrong?
did. Oh God, so many things, so many. I would have to say they're probably the most nerve-wracking times
Oh, they're
I
cattle
think
calls,
I've
aren't they?
ever experienced. They're just because you're waiting, and all it does waiting around is just the nervous energy builds up, and you just by the time you actually get called up, I don't know we must all be the same, but
Give me
I'm
an
just
idea.
like
Give me an idea. If you go along to those, what's the time call?
um,
Morning call?
Yeah, morning. I mean, you have to rock up probably around 9 a.m. and you mightn't be seen till it may be different for each one. I'm not sure, but you get if it depends whether or not you're just one of the randoms with that is with everyone else, or some people are invited to come and
Sure.
audition.
Okay. But you could be there for hours.
You
and
could be
hours.
there you're always there for hours and hours, and
Right.
then you'll do the vocal audition.
Yeah.
And
you'd always pass
you'd get through that stage, and then you might do a harmony session with people, and then you've got to come back in the afternoon and do the dance part of the audition.
How'd you go with that?
Terribly.
Did you ever do dancing lessons
Terribly.
and everything?
I did, and I can move. I cannot remember a routine to
Yeah.
save my life. It's just not the way my brain works.
It's really interesting you say that.
I can
because
remember lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, it's really interesting you say that because I went and saw, Tandy and I went and saw Rick Herbert's play last night.
Oh, wow.
And it's two people on stage. It's dialogue for an hour and a half, or for an hour.
Yeah, an hour,
really.
yeah.
Dialogue for an hour. And I said to him, how do you learn that
Wow.
stuff? See, I did, and I also mentioned to him that I did an acting course in, 15 years ago.
Wow.
And I did 10 weeks of it, and it was amazing because it showed me I wasn't an actor, but
Oh.
it showed me that I was a director, so I can pull apart things and go, you do this and you do that,
Wow.
right? But speaking to Virginia, and Virginia has done some musical theatre like Cats and all those things.
Yep.
And she learns things by actions. So
Right.
if it's a bird flying,
Yeah.
she's a
That'll
choreographer
be-
because she's the dancer, right?
Right. Right.
Right, she'll do all those things. It's almost like she's a hand puppeting everything.
Wow.
But yeah, like you know, for me, your dancing might be my
Wow.
dialogue in acting. All right, so let's move on now. Can we talk about some original stuff? What have you done there?
Yeah, Greg Black wanted to know about your originals.
Ah, okay. I've released a couple of songs. I've always written, I guess, but I've never really. It's not. I guess again, it's probably the impatient person in me that because things don't sort of happen quickly enough, I kind of think, oh, maybe. I release a couple of songs and I expect, wow, I need to get some traction and nothing's happening. So I move on because it's it's income as well. You worry about with what we do. You're always worrying about making money and how long can I do this for before I run out of money or
Because you invest so much, like doing a film clip's not cheap.
No, none of it's cheap.
Yeah.
None of it's cheap. As
Recording's
mixing, mastering, recording, all of it.
It's insane.
It's and that's a very long-winded way of saying I have my original project's called Linky.
Right. What's Linky mean?
It's just I would love to say there was something extraordinary to the background of that, but
You should make something up.
I should have been prepared for that.
Linky.
Yeah.
come
It's
up
just
with
my
something.
little alter ego, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can let me play one of your tracks. Which one should I play?
Maybe
Demon?
Demon Eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one of Susannah's live clips, and it's like the recording. We'll talk about the recording later
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
really recorded well. The playing on it, the singing on it is, and the clip's great too. So we'll have a look at that.
Last man of gold to immunize me, just a sip of the call and then we like hanging out, standing by. I didn't like it, didn't know what to do and how to make it right. You look lost, but then you found it. That little lie that you buried won't die. It's not right. Who did I? Did I really want? Did I really need to do you wrong? The fever's gone, it's in the brain. I live lost. You're looking really high. Demon eyes, demon eyes, demon eyes, demon eyes.
smoking.
Smoking.
Cigar smoking.
There's a few questions for that. So that was your telly.
It was my telly. Yeah, it's a beautiful guitar.
So let me
beautiful.
ask and see if we can get some from you in a minute, Tandy.
Yep.
So, when was this?
This was 2016, I think, about 2016,
Okay, and
2017.
so
yeah.
who produced it?
Doug Weaver.
Doug Weaver's amazing.
Yes, Doug is.
Well, did you know
Man.
that Doug produced Chrissy Thomas's albums too?
I did. Yeah.
See, I thought Doug was more of the
country
side. But
oh
no, he
man,
rocks out.
he does everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been doing
amazing.
some amazing stuff too of late. He's been pretty prolific during last sort of 6 months. So Doug is fantastic.
So what did you do? How many songs did you do?
Oh gosh, we worked on about 12 to 15 songs
For an album.
Yeah.
Did you do an album?
We didn't. We're still. It's still.
It's money and everything.
It's money.
And you kind of go, what's purpose?
I can't. You put a band together, and it's everything that goes into trying to make the original thing work is so hard that if you're not only focused on that, if it's not your everything, I find it very, very hard to keep it going.
People say to us all the time, you should record original stuff and you should put it on the radio.
Yeah, it's
And
because it's
my answer
easy.
to that is, hello radio.
Yeah,
It's not that easy.
yeah,
is
yeah.
it?
No, it's not that
It's,
easy at all.
Trying to be able to, it's great to kind of go through the process. And I mean, in a normal record label, you have somebody that would organise all that for you, and you would sing, or you might write with a producer or another writer,
Yeah.
and then everything else gets done, and then all the promo, and then everything. But when you're doing it by yourself, you do everything yourself.
Exactly.
And
It's
the promo's
promo.
the next thing.
Oh,
Forget it.
Man.
How do you make money off it? People don't even buy music anymore.
Yeah.
This is what people don't understand, which reminds me, we have a tip jar.
Yes,
If you want to support us, tonight, please feel free to hit the tip jar because we're not rich.
I can't even afford jeans.
They're ripped.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I can't even afford to do this shirt up. So, if you'd like to hit the tip jar, we would really appreciate it. That's lovely. All right, so original stuff, it's really difficult to get going. I know that. Did you ever perform any of these live?
Yeah, we did a couple of shows. We did a couple
Doug?
show. Yes, Oxford Art Factory was the launch.
Right.
That was great. There was couple of other bands on, and the one on Parramatta Road at Annandale, Bald-Faced Stag. Or the Bald Stag. Is it just
Bald-faced
yeah,
Stag,
yeah. So we did a couple of gigs, and then
You pay to play for those ones, don't you?
yeah,
You don't make any money.
yeah. I think it's hard to keep the momentum going, especially when you're starting it probably a little bit later on as well. If you're in your teens and your early 20s, it's probably it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
For certain things to get it off the ground, but it's still worthwhile, and I probably would. I see it a little differently now. I'm now when I'm writing stuff, and this has to do with you and stuff that you say as well. I need to. I know. I need to remove all the expectation off, and I think, the way I think is I want to put something out there, and it has to be success. Every time I do something, I want it to be successful, or not successful, not fame, just it needs to be as good as it can be.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of pressure to put on everything you do.
It is. It's really, it's interesting. We, I've done 4 solo albums, and the Poindexter album it got some acclaim. Excuse me, I'm burping. We talked about that.
Talking about Poindexter, Lucy's online.
Lucy!
Lucy, yeah, hi Lucy.
Lucy, I love Lucy. She's doing some amazing stuff at the moment too. You should see some of her work.
Well, she did the artwork on.
She did the artwork on Poindexter album.
Poindexter.
But you should see some of her
Wow.
work. Lynn Roberts Goodwin, she's amazing, absolutely incredible. So the thing about that is, how old was I, Tandy, when I did that? Was I 45?
When you
No,
do,
40. No.
What, the
Poindexter album?
Yeah, it would be 45.
45.
Yeah, yeah.
So 45,
Yeah.
and then 48 we went to Japan.
Yeah.
But we did all that ourselves, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We had some acclaim, and I won some the Music Oz Instrumentalist Award from that album. But
And
it's
you supported Joe Satriani.
supported Joe Satriani.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, you make no money. Do you know what? This is the interesting thing is with the support for Joe Satriani, the fee was $350 for the whole band.
Yeah, that's right.
However, we were smart and we had CD sales, and I mean back then you could sell CDs.
Yeah.
But we made about $2,000 on the CD sales, so I was able to pay the guys and do all that. But still, you don't make any money.
No.
And then going over to Japan, I think that cost us
20 grand.
$20,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
We made nothing off it.
Yeah.
But we paid $20,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So
Wow.
that's what it's like as in this industry. I mean, and you've got to support yourself doing other things. Now you support yourself by doing voiceovers?
voiceover work, and just gigs, just doing any gigs that come in.
Yeah.
Anything and everything. That's why I guess my body of work, I suppose, is so diverse, is because if someone says, can you do Celine Dion, for instance, or can you do can you do a jazz gig, or can you do, I mean,
Yes.
I may not have necessarily done it, but I'm going to give it a go.
And that's the way I work too.
Because
absolutely.
I don't know. I just say, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to. That's the only. I mean, people don't understand that. I mean, all the effort that goes into putting on a show like that too. Like it's the learning and the days and days and days of work to get one show and you get one fee, right? People don't understand that. I think some people do. I mean, like today, I've got to tell you, all day I've spent sorting this out just to make this work, lighting, cameras, all that. It's a big job. Yeah. And you don't make any money out of it.
Yeah.
But it's something that you've got to do. Let's play a song.
Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna play a song.
Yeah, let's.
But in the meantime, while you're getting ready, where was the film clip made that Linky?
Oh, that's a good question. That was on the Central Coast at Gosford at Old Sydney Town. Yeah.
That's because that's defunct, isn't it?
It is, and it was it was closed down. And we hired it. We hired it, and it is a great. I think they still hire it out now for movies and for ads and different things.
Oh, it looks great as a place.
It's an
looks
awesome.
incredible.
There's so many locations there that the whole thing is filmed there. It was brilliant.
Wow.
So good.
What year was that done?
2016.
We've got another clip of you doing something. Was it in the same place?
No, that might be. That might be
Hollywood.
Round the yeah, clearly. No, that's in Sydney. I'm sure. Definitely. Maybe around Darling Harbour or something.
The Maiden.
Is that me?
The Maiden.
So I have done a test on this, and it should be the right level. But if it's not,
Turn down the volume.
should we do that? Is that a good song to do?
Or, I can't go for that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I need to get the chart up. See, not that easy. You can have a million songs in your brain unless you know them.
Yep.
So once you've got Chuck, you're all right.
Go for it. Got some more questions?
I was just saying guitar.
Wow. Who's my favourite? Oh, I do work with a few. It's got to be, it's got to be. There really goes only one that comes to mind.
Did you say something else's name? That's right.
Anyway. Oh, that I've worked with. Man, I've been lucky to work with so many great guitarists. Obviously, present company, Doug Weaver, Joseph Calderazzo, Eddie, Chris Canzelis,
TAKS, all of them. absolutely amazing, isn't it? The talent that we have in this country is incredible, and it's sad that we can't give them the recognition that they deserve. I mean, and I've got to say, it's the media's fault, which is the fault with everything, you know, is that and the government don't realise that we have such amazing talent in the lower echelons of the industry. There's such amazing talent.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Okay.
All right, what is it called?
I can't go
Thank
for
you.
that.
I just need to get it up there.
It's called by Hall and Oates, and
My first ISO duo.
yes.
That's right, it was too. God, that did really well too. The ISO duo.
Oh man.
That was a great. So that was
That
when
was
we were
so-
in total lockdown, weren't we? We were kind of.
Yeah. What made you? I've probably asked you this before. What made you start doing that?
I wasn't going to sit around and wait for shit to happen. And I thought, this is going to be months. I thought, I'm not going to sit and wait for months before we gig again. Got to do something. And this room has transformed, and and that's the way my mind works. Now, you know, I look back, because I was 60 the other day, and I thought back over the years, and I thought, if I die tomorrow, I can look back and go, that was great.
Yeah.
That whole life was great, because it's like I was thrown on the planet, and then I just went, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do this, do that, do that. And I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I never go, no, don't get me wrong, things get me down.
Yep.
But I'll just go, doesn't matter, it's gone, let's just create something else. That's why I said to you, whatever you've done, we'll talk about Moulin Rock in a minute. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Easy, ready, willing, overtime. Where does it stop? Where do you dare me to draw the line? You want somebody, now you want my soul. Don't even think about it, say no more. Hey, I'll do anything that you want me to. Yeah, but I do almost anything that you want me to. Yeah, but I can't go for that, no. No, can do, I can't go for that, no. Don't even think about it, I can't go for that, no. No, can do, I can't go for that, I can't go for that, I can't go for that. I can't go for being twice as nice. And I can't go for just repeating the same old lines. You got the body, now you want my soul. Ooh, we forget about it, say no more. Hey, I'll do anything that you want me to. Yeah, but I'll do almost anything that you want me to. Yeah, but I can't go for that, no. No, can't do, I can't go for that, no. Boy, don't even think about it, I can't go for that, no. No, can't do, I can't go for that, 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 ooh. I'll do anything that you want me to. I'll do almost anything that you want me to. Yeah, I can't go for that, no. No, can't do, I can't go for that, boy. Don't even think about it, I can't go for that, no. No, can't do, I can't go for that, 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 yeah. No, can't do, I can't go for that, ooh.
gets a clap.
Woo-hoo! Is it a start or a clap? Oh, it gets a clap. Yeah, okay.
Love to see you play acoustic guitar.
I don't play acoustic very much,
I
you know.
know,
I mean,
and
I
it
do at studios and everything, but it's not something that I find it's a hard instrument.
It is.
Yeah, right.
After playing a guitar, electric guitar, but this is a perfect opportunity.
This is
It's
it.
one of the reasons why we
Yeah.
were talking the other
Awesome.
night. We need to learn
Some more acoustic stuff.
more.
We might even do one more after,
Yeah.
you know, we're getting past the hour.
Yeah.
So look, let's just have there's a couple other things I wanted to ask you. I want to play, before we go any further, I just want to play you a bit of one of the other original songs that you've done. Okay?
Yep.
So that is called, what's it called? It's
called Circadian Adieu.
Yeah, here we go. Sydney there. I did recognise the Darling Harbour.
Yep, Darling Harbour. Enmore. Did you notice
Enmore.
the
I noticed
Enmore Theatre?
Yes, I did.
And the Rocks. We ended up in the Rocks. You know, what's that big tunnel on Argyle Street?
Oh yeah, Argyle Street. Yeah.
Yeah. Through there, it was all around parts of Sydney. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was just a home.
Video, but it's great
home
because
vid.
you know the thing is when you're working on a budget, it's not about making the production look great. It's coming up with an idea. You know, I keep going back to this. My brother pointed this out to me that TV shows, you don't need to spend a lot of money if it's a great idea, like that show which is called. I'm just going to turn the reverb off. Hang on a second. It's called You Can't Say That.
Oh yeah.
You know that one where there's just people talking about
That's
you know,
great.
whether they've been in prison or whether they're transgender or
So
whatever.
raw and honest and
Two people in front of a white screen.
Yeah.
And it's great. And that's just
Yeah.
a great idea. And it's the same thing with video clips. If you're a musician trying to do stuff, you don't have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
You just got to come up
You
with
just
a good
need
idea.
a good idea. You just need a bit of yeah.
The problem is my ideas cost a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Which reminds me, we do have a tip jar. If you'd like to support us, that'd be great. All right, so what were we going to talk about?
We were going to talk about, well, look, I wanted to make mention. Oh, yeah, Mulan Rock, I forgot about.
Yeah.
I wanted to make mention of, just very briefly, when I was at my home in Toongabbie.
Oh, that's right. How you first contacted me.
Yes.
Nigel wanted
We got our very first computer, and it was, I think I may have been about 17 or 18, and I remember I hadn't really sent emails before, and I remember Pete Northcote I must have seen you in Drum Media or something.
Right.
Drum Media.
Yeah, Drum Media, that's right.
And because I knew of you as a very high-profile guitarist around Sydney,
Right.
and I thought,
It's an illusion.
and I thought, see, this is me and my going straight to the top all the time. I thought
Could have done better, I'm telling you. But go on.
I'm gonna send this guy an email and see if he can help me guide my career or something, because I didn't really know. I was in between.
Had the record label going by then. I would have had a record label because I had
Yeah.
Kapot's Records going by then.
Right.
Yes.
That would have been it. So I would have had the record. Maybe that's part of the reason why. Go on.
I really can't remember what it was. How I knew about. I really think you must have been in drum. You must have been in drum media.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of interviews going on.
Yeah. So I sent you an email, and to my absolute surprise, you responded.
What did I say?
Please.
This is my horror. This is my greatest horror when people say, you said something to me once. Go on.
You said, please don't contact me again.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Oh, good. I would never have done
No,
that.
it was the most. It was. I was absolutely shocked. I thought there was no way. Whenever you send out stuff, right? You don't
Yeah.
expect. I don't expect. I mean,
It's rare to
I'm
get a
ever going to get
response.
a response to it.
Yeah.
But you were so kind and generous in your response. You said something like, "Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to help you. I'd love to help you if you want to send me through." And I actually had some really very average originals by that stage, and I think I may have sent you something. And
Yeah.
anyway, you did offer. You offered to perhaps. You offered your help in any way that you could, and I don't know. I went off on another
Yeah.
musical tangent,
Yeah.
and then I bumped into you again at the Bridge Hotel. You probably don't remember any of this, but I bumped into you at the Bridge, and this is a long time ago. And I said to you, "Hi, it's Susannah here. You're at it was post gig," and I said, "I don't know if you remember me or not, but I got in touch with you about a few when I was really young," and you said, "Yeah, I've been wondering what you've been doing."
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, I've just been doing the cover band thing," and I was really, I was kind of like, "Oh, a bit average. I've been doing the cover thing," and you said, "Hey, no shame in doing the covers.
No way,
no
man.
shame
Get
whatsoever in
into those."
doing that." And then we.
Do you know when I remember you sending me that stuff.
Yep.
And I think that you must have sent me one of the cabaret photos. You know, like the black and whites.
I think I did.
Kind of like this one. Where is it?
I think
Kind
I
of
did.
like that one.
And you probably thought,
Do you remember?
okay.
No, I just
No, it
thought.
wasn't that one. I think it was another one.
No, it was another one. It's a
Oh,
headshot.
man.
But I remember seeing that, and I remember seeing the
dear.
headshot, and I thought, well, that's great for cabaret, but if you want to get into other stuff, you've got to
Yeah.
get different photos. And I
Yeah.
think maybe that's what I said is, but you know what?
Does that not say rock to you?
No. No, but I mean that was appropriate for those days. That's what was.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 15. That was my very
Let's
first.
have a look at this. Have a look
yeah.
at this at 15. Check her out.
That was my very
Awesome.
first headshot ever to venture into cabaret land.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I remember seeing you at. I remember asking Joseph because Bernie said to him. Remember we did the
Yes.
basement. Bernie said
Bernie!
Yeah.
and Bernie's house burnt down.
Yeah.
And we did a benefit, and I kind of helped putting that on. And I asked Joseph if he'd like to come and do something, and he
Yeah.
asked you to come along.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in the audience because it was so busy that night
Yeah,
at the basement. But I remember seeing you guys. I think you came up for the sound check, and I went, "Wow, she's fucking awesome."
Wow.
That's when I
Yeah,
went,
wow,
"Wow,
that's-
you're a fucking great singer."
Yeah.
And that's when we started kind of connecting and
Yeah.
doing some more gigs
Yeah.
and shows together.
Yep.
And you did
Yep.
the last schools a couple of times.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, did the Rug Rally
yeah,
last schools and all
yeah.
sort
That
of-
was awesome. Yep.
Let's get into. I mean, you have a positive attitude, and we talked about this before when we were out in the lounge room. How we're similar in many ways, that we just keep doing and
Yep.
doing and doing stuff. What? Before we go into what the future looks like for you, let's talk about how COVID hit you.
Yeah.
Because COVID hit hard, didn't it? Where were you?
Oh, COVID was a smackdown because I had just started to get into doing being a guest artist on cruise ships, and that was sort of my plan because I wanted to, they pay kind of well.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, I can, I felt like it was a good time for me in my career to get back into doing cabaret, but the way I wanted to do it.
Was that the start of Moulin Rock?
In a sense, it was,
Right.
yeah.
Talk about that too.
Yeah, it was. So I was doing the cruise ships. I'd only done a couple of cruise ships. Moulin Rock, yeah, is an extension of that. Moulin Rock is more alternative. It's alternative cabaret. That's just
As you
my little
explain it,
label.
is dark cabaret.
Yeah, it's dark world cabaret, and I'm not even sure. I just put that label on it
I
because
like that. It reminds me of a little French nightclub
Yep.
downstairs.
yeah,
And round tables with candles on them, and audience sitting there watching what you do. And that's
Yeah.
what it reminds me of, because it's really beautiful, clever stuff.
yeah, wow,
Tell me about
yeah. So that's sort of how it came about. I wanted to get back into cabaret, but I wanted it to. I wanted it to be my style of cabaret. So more of taking an original approach to it. So I put together it just came about with Steve and I, my husband, talking about. I said, I just want to put a show that I feel really that I connect with.
Yeah.
That I connect with, because doing covers and doing so many different shows, it can become a little bit robotic, where you're just churning out stuff all the time, and you're not really connected to it, but you feel like you have to.
And it's okay because it brings in some wages.
Yeah.
But there's got to be more.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I wanted to feed my creative side. So
all that Moulin Rock stuff is there are unusual arrangements of great songs.
yes, yep.
So how did you come up with the idea of that?
I
Those arrangements. Did you have help with other people?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I trawled the internet for some inspiration.
Yeah.
There's so many different great versions of songs
Yeah.
out there. I did choose the songs, and then I sort of thought I'd love it to be. Speaking of the French cabaret thing, I wanted it to be a multi-instrumental experience. So my thought was, if I can get multi-instrumentalists, we can kind of, violin,
Yeah.
clear on the violin. We can
Yeah.
put such a different spin on the way
Rather
these
than bass,
songs are
drums,
delivered,
guitar, and
rather than
keyboard.
your normal rock songs. And yeah, it evolved from it's bits of I guess ideas from, it's some of my ideas, it's
Yeah.
some of it comes from a few different areas, I
Well,
suppose.
it's great, and I think that that's like we said, like we talked about on my birthday. It's there now.
Yeah.
You can do that at any time, and I think it's something you put in a box that you've got may be able to do a whole bunch of other things that you
Yeah.
wanted to do, but that's always done now. That's
Yes.
there, ready
Yeah,
to go at
exactly.
any time. Look, before we get Tandy, because Tandy's going to sit in this chair while I go and do a wee. But before we do that, then you can.
Can
talk
you
about
play
what's
guitar
going
on this
there.
track, Tanty?
yes.
I want to know what the future looks like for you. Do you have a vision, or you're like me and just keep doing stuff?
I feel like for the first time in my life, I don't have a vision, because I don't know. I feel like I can't plan.
Do you think that's because of the COVID thing?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. It's
So unknown,
still,
isn't it?
It is that I feel like I plan. It's not like I have to plan every single thing I do. I have goals.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of
Right. Well, I'm going to suggest something to you.
Please do.
I know that there are some people that go for goals.
Yeah.
And then I think there are people, well, I know myself, I have a purpose.
Yeah.
So my purpose is ongoing, right? And that is to inspire and be inspired by what I love to do. So I think that maybe rather than go for the goals, get into the purpose of what you're doing and just keep doing what you're doing, because you're amazing at what you do. And I love the Moulin Rock thing, and I've seen it, and it's incredible. And I think
You've been in it.
You're in it. I'm part of it. But not only that, I think that, you know, everything that you've done with me here in the studio, and I see all the remarks from people when they comment on who you are and what you do. And you're a force to be reckoned with, Hunt. You're an absolute joy to work with. You're a beautiful person.
Thanks,
and
Pete.
I think you're an amazing singer and performer. You have an incredible voice, and I connect with you beautifully. So, having said that, I've licked your ass. Now, Tandy,
Yes.
come and sit here
All right, then.
while I go and do a wee, and then we're going to come back and play another song, and then we can call it a night.
Oh, we are? Okay, then.
What a
Rightio.
great thing this has been tonight.
This has
I've really
been
enjoyed it.
awesome.
It's been
How good
fantastic.
has this been?
Yeah.
Pete comes up with these ideas like,
You
I don't
like
know.
Tannels?
Yes. I'm just
Can I-
calling up my screen.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Come and sit there.
Okay.
Watch the microphone.
Make sure I don't knock everything
Yeah.
over.
See if you can knock everything out.
I'll do a monkey boy.
That's right. Change the stream. So you're going to ask some questions. I'll
I'm
be
going to
back.
ask some questions. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I think, yeah.
Welcome,
we just-
Nancy.
Welcome.
You've been out of shot.
Yeah, only because, I'm sort of just monitoring the comments, and it's
Yeah.
sort of a bit distracting seeing someone just going tap, tap, tap on the screen. So at least I can be useful now and ask some questions. But Dino was asking about egos in the music industry.
Oh, wow.
How do you
Egos.
handle those?
How do you handle the egos in the oh man, that's an interesting one. Egos. We've all got one. We've all got one. I don't know. You sort of, I think I guess the older you get, the more I think you can either go one way or the other. You can either try to understand people, or you can try to understand where they're coming from, or mostly just, I guess, just that,
Yeah.
If I think you tend to gravitate towards people you want to work with, and it's pretty much as simple as that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
work, if you're lucky enough to get to work with people you want to work with, then that's awesome.
No, only because the stream hasn't scrolled up for all the comments, but I do remember there was a question about how do you remember your lyrics? Yeah.
Oh man, I used to be so good at. Do you know? I put off buying an iPad for many years because I knew as soon as I got an iPad, I would start to rely on the
Yep.
iPad, and it was inevitable. It did happen. But I do try to. I try to learn the songs anyway, because it's very hard to get into the song
Yeah.
and perform it to the best of your ability and be in it when you're reading lyrics. That's what I find. If you know it back to front, you can take over the stage and you can really be in the song. So, and how do I learn it? It's little hopefully it's stuff that resonates. If not, some songs can be really, really hard, and sometimes you have to make stuff up.
Yep.
And hope no one notices.
I'm sure it all happens, and you'd be surprised how many do have teleprompters, when they
Yeah. Oh,
perform live.
yeah.
And,
exactly.
and it's hard to remember all the songs. I
Yeah.
know.
Gosh, exactly. So no guitar from you tonight, Tanty?
No, but we should do a jam one time.
Yeah. We totally should.
Yes.
Yeah, we totally should. Absolutely.
How much of music industry is luck, you think? Yeah.
How much is luck?
How much is luck?
I think it depends where. Oh, geez. It depends where you want to be. It depends what your expectation of your career is. I think mostly we make our own. I think mostly people make their own luck. That's, you know, you have something you want to do, you do it. That leads you to working with people in the part of the industry you want to be working with, and you know, it's people's perception of. Sometimes it's other people's perception of how successful you are or you aren't. It's not always your own. It's sometimes people think, oh, how come you're not doing this or doing that? Well, because sometimes there's not enough room for everybody up in that top echelon of, you know, I don't know.
It's timing. I think a lot of it is timing.
Yeah, it's timing. It is. Yeah, it's timing. Yeah. And like you said, Joe Biden is like nearly 80 and now he's president. He's been working his entire political career. He's been a politician for a very, very long time. And now he's only become president, you know, nearing 80. So you just don't know. You just, like Pete says, you got to just, you got to keep going.
Keep going.
You got to keep going. That's the sign that is on my wall at home that I put up for the start of 2020, and it was keep going. With a trajectory. I can't even say that word, but that's what it was. Yeah. Trajectory.
Trajectory.
Thanks for your questions, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to play a song.
I think you should play a
I
song.
thought I'd put a hat on.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
All right.
hello.
Don't know why.
Wow.
I just thought I'd put a hat on. Because I never wear a hat.
You can
I thought I'd just
put your hat on.
I kind of look like John Wayne meets...
And Steve Corey said hot.
Eat better. To Gabby, right.
Yes.
Oh.
Right, well this is really interesting. Because today we're sitting here talking about where you grew up. Should we get into this? Do you want to? We don't have to.
We don't have to. We don't have to dig deep.
Okay, so quickly, the story is that my partner Robbie. No, you went to school.
Yep.
With one of Robbie's sons.
Yes.
Two of Robbie's sons.
Two. Yeah. I was in
Kane.
the same year as Kane. And I knew his brother.
You knew his brother really well.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
I know.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
We only discovered that tonight.
I only found
And the
out
other thing was for your birthday gig. Robbie was here.
And I didn't even speak to Robbie. I didn't even. There were so many. Well, yeah.
There's a photo of both you and Robbie.
There were so many people here. It was kind of hard to get around for everybody.
Yeah.
Only 20 people.
It was only 20. It was
As
capped.
I said, there was only 20 people here.
It was capped.
There was only 20.
But yeah, isn't that interesting? That I think that's really interesting that after all this time, we've only figured out the connection for all of us.
Yes.
That's so. Yeah. It's like.
Isn't that bizarre?
When you do a gig, do you use ear monitors or do you prefer monitors room sound?
I always prefer monitor room sound, but you know, maybe I'm not using the right in-ears. I've tried them. I did persist with them, but I do prefer.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Whenever I've worked with somebody that uses in-ears, they sing out of tune.
No.
Yeah, because and I think it's part of the inability to get a mix.
Right.
So people just give me more vocals.
Yeah, right.
And they've missed everything else. And I swear to you, it's been horrible whenever I've worked with somebody with in-ears. And it's something that's, you know, it's new to the market, so we're all kind of getting, we can do it, and it's affordable now.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the answer. Hey, thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. It's been great having Susannah here, isn't it?
Oh man, I've enjoyed it. Thank you for.
Is there anything else you need to say? Like, we've got so much more to speak about with you. Honestly. That's not all who you are.
Are we sticking around? I think you need to stick around for the adults only, for the real juice.
Right, we should keep going, you reckon? Maybe we film that but not do it live, and then I can cut it up.
but
Yeah.
I think we pretty much set out what we intended to do, and this arose from a midnight discussion.
Yeah.
That's right, we've gone for an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Oh God, have we? Oh wow.
We've had the audience.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
Let's not keep them for too much.
Yes.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
We are here every fortnight with ISO Talks, and the ISO Gigs is becoming fortnightly as well. We just thought we'd kind of split it up a little bit. We appreciate your patronage.
Yep.
We haven't even looked at Twitch or YouTube tonight, but there are people that have been on it. We haven't. Again, it's another technological. That's a bit like
Trajectory.
There's been some
It's a
great-
technological trajectory.
some great feedback from everyone, so it looks like they're enjoying this new format.
That's great,
Oh,
Jenny
nice
Robinson. I
one.
can see that.
Yeah.
Cheryl Ann Bennett, thank
Yeah.
you. Chris
Yeah.
Baker.
Oh, Chris Cook says hi to Steve Corey.
Hey.
That's Steve. We wanted him here,
I know.
Yeah, we did. We were going to have
and we might get that going at some other stage. That'd be part 2.
That'd be awesome.
Susannah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be the juice. That's a serious juice.
Oh yes, we're doing that.
Please.
Oh God, I was going to do the other one. But yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Why does that
Yeah.
sound out of tune? It's. Kept writing to these
We thought we'd do. We thought we'd do this Pretenders one because we did it. We've done it a few times, and someone seems to like it. Thankfully, thank you. Thanks for the Pretenders. Thanks for Chrissy
Yeah.
to
Hey, you know
comment
what? You know they
for
say
writing
that,
this.
They say that you spend a third of your life sleeping. I spend another third of my life.
Tuning. Oh, why you look so sad? The tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess could make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. And so, if you're mad, get mad. Don't hold it all inside. Come on and talk to me now. And hey, what do you got to hide? I get angry too, but I'm a lot like you. When you're standing at the crossroads and don't know which path to choose, let me come along. 'Cause even if you're wrong, I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. Take me on into your darkest hour, and I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you.
I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you.
Don't forget to hit that tip jar, look after us, kids. Thank you so much. We'll see you on next Thursday at the ISO gigs.
Awesome.
And please just keep in touch with us, share this video, do what you can.
At Susannah's show at the street
Oh,
market.
street, yeah.
Street market
Yes.
on what night? Saturday.
It's Friday the 20th.
Friday the 20th.
Which is why she's not with us.
That's right, because our show's sold out, so you can't buy tickets to that, so you better go to hers. Street market on the 20th.
Going. She's going to
Great.
Oh,
Awesome.
Jenny, thank
good on you, Jenny.
you.
Yep. At
Awesome.
Music and Street Market.
Yeah, Crow's
Oh, yeah,
Nest.
that'd be
Yep,
great.
Friday the 20th with Ian Cooper.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, we
I
love
love
it,
Coops. He's a beauty. All right, so thank you, everybody. We really appreciate you being here. If you like this, please like, share, support, do all that. Go to Susannah's page, like, share, support, all that sort of stuff. Go to Tanny's page, like, share, support. You know all this stuff. Go to YouTube, hook in, and do your thing, and we appreciate your support. We really do.
Yeah.
See you next week. Good night.
Bye.
I've now got to find the page so that I can cancel everything and turn it off. And there it is, and it's gone by. Right, we're off. I've got to get a closer now. I should have gotten a closer, but that was great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How'd you go?
Yeah,
We
good.
cover everything?
I think
we
we
covered
did.
most of
I
the
would
stuff.
do.
Yeah.
Like you can't get too, like you, in an hour.
I know, you can't get bogged down into
No, that's right.
nitty-gritty.
I mean, you could if we were to go for hours and hours and hours, but I think that the hour is, well, we've got an hour and 37. Right, so.
Oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
long? Wow, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
So, but I think that was good. A good length.
Wow.
Yes.
Should we get out of here?
Yep.
Let's do it.
That was, you were great, man. That
Let's
was so good.
Do it.
I'm so glad you were the first one of these. You're
Cheers,
awesome.
man. Thank you.
People just love the acoustic renditions.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to, yeah.
Yeah.
And Dave Spicer, he's written here, what an amazing personality.
Yeah.
Still on peak. Are we still on? Are we still on YouTube?
No.
No.
I
it's
bloody
not.
hope not.
No, that's all right. There's probably a delay. That's probably why. Yes.
Let's check.
No,
I
no.
better.
It says
No, it's ended.
Okay, great.
I've got to stop streaming here, though. That's all.
Still on peak.